Alright, how's everybody doing today? My name is Rich, RL155 from Justice Family Motorsports, and today we're going to show you via some pictures and some chat, as we're doing now, how to lace a 450 rear rim on a Yamaha, or for a Yamaha. Okay, this is the old rim. Now you do want to make sure, you know, to look at your bends here, okay, and just see how it goes, how it's laced up, okay. See, the bend here is more than the bend here, all right. So, and then here's another good picture of it. You can see that the bends from the inner holes to the outer are completely different, okay. So, being that we've said that, this is what you will end up using, is some anti-seize compound lubricant. You want to use this on every single thread of every new spoke that you do, all right, and that will be all of them, obviously. Okay, so here is the new rim and new spokes, and what you will want to see is here is every single fourth hole is a spoke, okay. And as you look, right, it has like a windmill effect, okay? And we started on the sprocket side down first, all right? And here's the trick. We did use the 209s, the longer ones, on the inside holes, as we show you here. And it's kind of common sense, really, when you look at it and just think about it. You know, it's further away from the rim. The spoke is, the hole is as well. So it's kind of just common sense, really. All right, so, and if you looked at the bend on the old one and the new one, you can tell. All right, so at that point, here's the hole that you end up using. This is the hole, not this one, but this one, okay? And then once you have that, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side, okay? On the inside, use a long spokes, go to the inner holes and run it spoke in, okay? And then run every fourth one and you'll arrive at the same exact thing, all right? Then flip it over, okay? And now here's still one better picture of what you have. We did the inner, we did the inners, okay? Now flip it over, okay? And start on the outside spokes, or outside holes, I'm sorry. Start on the outside holes and use the small spokes, okay, which are the 205s, all right? Now you want to do that on both sides. Use on the outer holes. Remember to keep using the anti-seize on every single thread and just loosely thread it, and you can tell right here, right, how we have it loosely threaded on every single one. Also, as I'm pointing here, is on the outer holes, right, you're going to have to push it up and over the other spoke on the inside, the long spoke. Now you can just kind of, you can push down on this one here and just take this one and push it up and over, and you'll want to do that on every single one that's on the outside, okay? And then once you have one side done, right, flip it back over and then do the other side. All right, remember, every fourth hole will be a spoke, okay? And they pretty much go right into the hole, as you'll see it, right? And then now this is what it ends up looking like when it is completely finished. All right, now we've laced it. We have not tightened the spokes or try to true it, okay? And this is what it ends up looking like. It looks all nice and it's all fancy looking, okay? And this, like I say, this is what it ends up looking like. It looks great, you know. Now, after you lace it, okay, then you want to take each thread, each spoke, and just start tightening them from the inside to the end of the threads, right? You can do like the inners first. I just went around the entire thing and just did every single one with no problem. And then as far as truing is concerned of the rim, Well, that'll be for another day at another time. Again, that's how you lace a rear rim on a 450 Yamaha. I don't know too much about the 250s. This is just a 450. So, but if a 250 has the same size spokes lengthwise, well then put the long ones on the inside and the short ones on the outside in those holes, and you should have no problem. Again, you know, your first time you should be able to lace up a rim, man. It's fairly straightforward, so you should be able to do it no problem. Just take your time and keep everything loose until all the spokes are in, you know, and then you just kind of tighten them to the end of the thread and then just go from there. If it doesn't really look like this, right, well then you know you've messed something up. Take it out, start back over. I would suggest maybe marking the long ones and marking the short ones. That way, in case you mess something up, you know what is what, and writing it down. So again, this is how you lace up a rear rim for a 450. All right, later.